All right, guys, finally received the TRD Pro Grill. This is the gloss black with silver lettering versus the Heretic style, which is flat black and gold lettering. Um, my truck is underground color, so I wanted to go with this look more versus the gold. It's all silver and black, which I like. Now, I wish they came out with the option of, flat black instead of just gloss, but either way it looks nice when it's fresh and clean. Part number for this is 53101-AK060, and this is from Yoda Garage. I order it maybe about 30 to 40 days. It's a bit back order, but finally got a hold of it. Now, I was doing my research before I received it about what 20-inch light bar to install on this. Looked at the Rave Off-Road video, and that was very helpful. That thing pretty much helped me decide on what bar to go with. I know the Baja design 20-inch light bar, the S8, I've used in the past on other vehicles, and that is an awesome bar. But I didn't want to cut or do any modification to the grill itself, just in case I want to swap out the light in the future or do something else. I didn't want nothing that was not reversible. So Dynamics 18-inch, and you got a gap on each side, somewhere here and then the opposite side. I didn't want to do that, so I ended up going with the Heretic. I wanted the 20-inch full flush look without modifying the grill, and according to Rave Off-Road, that was the way to go. Try to get a hold of a color I wanted. It wasn't available, so I didn't want to use white. I wanted the amber, and I was able to get a hold of this one from Parts Giant. They were the only ones who had it. I've searched everywhere, and they were the ones who had it in stock. This is the part number for that. 20-inch amber combo Heretic. Now it comes with the wiring harness, bar itself. These are the brackets that come with. There are no brackets right now available for it. You pretty much have to 3D print them or make them yourself. There is a gentleman on the 4G Tacoma forum that he's offering the file for it, and you're able to print it or send it out, or have a buddy that has a 3D printer and get him the file and he'll do it for you. I wanted to do something similar, but I didn't want to plastic, something light metal. So what I did was I mocked up, let me flip this over. This is the back of it. So I pretty much made my own bracket, and I'll show you how I did that. This is the bar there. That thing sits right where it needs to be. So what I did was I just removed the stock brackets, which they pretty much come this way. Took them off, and I started with cardboard and cutting and trimming and doing all kinds of stuff. So finally got to the point where that's the measurement I ended up doing right there. So mounting points there's one here and one here. Those are the grill mounting points. Obviously the bar is these two. So a simple out bracket would do, but you just have to cut out this piece just so it kind of snugs in there, just like that. So once I made this little stencil, I went to Home Depot and just got some regular out brackets and something, let me see here. They're just a 5-inch out bracket. which is, this is it here. Now they come already drilled, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. But I mean, I didn't really care. I was just gonna do my own drilling, and as long as it was thick enough to cover this stencil, then I was good with it. So that's what I ended up doing. And as you can see here, there it is. So that's what I did. And I did that for both passenger and driver. Now, let me show you how this will mount on this. And I had to do the little circles to kind of match up to that. But as you can see, holes are pretty much lined up. I just have to mess with it a little bit. And then passenger, same bracket, just flipped it over. There it is. So, and then obviously these two, you use the two here, use the original bolts that came with the bracket. And to the factory brackets here, you just have to look for regular, maybe 10 millimeter or 8 millimeter, whatever it is. It's just plastic, it's not threaded. So any threaded screw that's just perfect fit, it's gonna be used to go on there and then tighten it. That's pretty much it. The reason I went with the amber style or amber color is because I have Raptor lights on my original off-road TRD off-road grill, and I like that. They're kind of like a factory orange amber. They're plugged in to run all the time. I love that orange, but when the truck is off, I didn't want to have amber Raptor style lights on the top of the grill, and then you know, the Baja yellow in the center of the grill, and then eventually my fog lights would be yellow as well. And that's, to me, I wanted for it to all match when the truck is on, running, off, whatever. So I want everything to be amber. So this is why I went with the Heretic amber color. And then my Raptor lights that I'm gonna eventually end up installing here, just like I did on my other grill. And there's a video on the channel that actually shows how I did that on the off-road. This video is gonna be a little bit different though. This time I'm gonna drill through the backside and just show the lens of the Raptor come out through the outside, through the inside out, instead of the outside in, as I did on the other off-road video. But that being said, let me show you what I mean. See, that's how I have it currently set up. So it's gonna be the 4 Raptor lights, but as you can see, each Raptor light has 2 tabs on each side. That's no longer gonna be shown on the other grill that I'm gonna drill into. It's gonna be from the back. So all you're gonna see is the little rectangular light come out from the back. So those are amber. Once I swap that out, then the Heretic bar is gonna be in the middle. And then the bottom, it's most likely gonna be Heretic as well. I'm still debating on that, or Baja's, you know, with the factory amber lens. That way it all mirrors. I just wanted to match my original factory amber all around. And I have Casey's up top. Let's see. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I'll keep it going along, and I'll film how I did the Raptor lights right on the top portion. But I mean, if you're able to kind of get an idea how this would look, there it is. I mean, it's gonna look pretty sick once I have that on, and then the Raptor lights on top with the original Heretic fog lights in the bottom. I think it'll be a win. So I'll keep you guys updated. What I am gonna do is once I install those brackets, I'm gonna just go ahead and, obviously before I do anything, spray paint them black. That way you don't get all oxidized or rusted. After that, I will keep you guys posted. You do have to get a different bracket for the original OEM camera that goes on here. For whatever reason, maybe because of the light bar that comes on this grill, it pushes the camera downward. So I think the angle has to change more pushed out versus the off-road, since it doesn't have the bar. So I ordered that from where is it at? Rave Off-Road. And this is it. So I believe the way it goes is you mount it on there somehow, something like that. They even give you the small torque bit here. Doesn't want to zoom in. There it is. Just because it's so tiny, you could strip it. So this changes the angle of the camera. Therefore, you'll be back to factory the way it was before. If you don't use that bracket, then your camera is going to be either pointing, I think, to this further up or too low. One or the other. But I'll keep you guys posted once I get the Raptor lights installed. Then I'll show you guys the finished product with the Heretic bar and the Raptor lights. Okay, so brackets are installed. Just had to paint them a little bit just so they don't look silver or get all rusted. But as you can see, I mounted these two here, that bolt there, and this one here. So these two outer ones, this one and this one here, are the ones holding the grill with the bracket together. Those two. Now these two here are bolted onto the light bar itself. So that's one there. That's the driver's side, and this is passenger. Same thing. That's to the grill, the bracket to the grill, bracket to the grill, and then these two are bolted to the light bar itself. That's pretty much it. I mean, they're 5-inch out brackets from Home Depot. It was like $2.50 each, so $5 for both. I mean, it's like, and they do come drilled. Remember that. I didn't really care. I mean, I was gonna do, if this matched up, if these holes matched up, perfect. If not, I just wanted a steel out bracket. I couldn't find one that had no drills, so I just took this one. I mean, I knew I was gonna drill. The only thing I did at the end was cut the angles just so it doesn't show through the front of the grill. Yeah, this thing is right on the money. I mean, if I would have had some brackets already manufactured from a company, I would have gone with that. But I mean, everything's back ordered, and I just didn't want to hold off on that. But let me show you guys. That's how it came out. And it is centered. So that's it right there. And it does I installed the Raptor lights as well. Clean cut. So that's the overall look there. All I gotta do is install the camera bracket using the Rave Off-Road, and then that's pretty much it. Oh, and obviously install the Baja S2s on the fog lights with the amber lens. Gotta still do that, so keep you guys posted. All right, guys, so this is the final look here. What do you guys think? So now pretty much all three front LEDs match. So you got the amber Heretic light bar 20-inch, S2's sport pod. Now originally I ordered them in clear, but I just ended up swapping the lenses for the factory amber, and no, I think it came all right. That's the Heretic, and as you can see, that thing is like flush. It's a perfect fit for this Tacoma. I mean, I know the Baja's out there, and I've seen it, and it looks clean as well. It fills in the gap, but I know that you gotta trim in the back piece and all that, and honestly, I didn't want to do any of that, just in case down the line I want to swap out the bar. All the remaining brackets or holes from the factory grill still intact. And this is the Raptor style lights. I think they came out pretty clean. Nice cut. And the Baja's obviously I ended up wiring with the kit that it comes with, so it was pretty much plug and play. Nothing too crazy. It was a bit of a hassle trying to line them up. As far as the brackets, you gotta bolt the actual lights to a bracket, and level them as far as up and down angle. Once you do that, you gotta bolt that bracket to the housing bracket that holds the Tacoma fog lights. It's just, so to sum it up, this one has a bracket behind it, this one does as well, and those two have to be mounted to the bracket that they provide. So it's literally like 3 swivel points, this one up and down, this one up and down, and then also from the back piece as well. You either slide it up and down. It's all adjustment points, but it is very tedious to trying to get it. And if you don't align it right, you got to remove this whole thing again and try to redo it. So that's a tough one. So I wired the Heretic bar using the 15 amp auxiliary switch. So fog lights work just with the fog button. The Heretic light bar works with the aux button auxiliary switch number 1, which is a 15 amp. My KC ditch lights, the white beam, works with the 10 amp aux 2, and then the backlit options, which is the KC's amber light up, works with aux 3, which is the 5 amp. So now I'm able to pretty much control all the lights here with the original switch of the truck. Let me show you what I mean. All right, so when I have the truck on, that's how pretty much runs all the time. Those are my DRLs. They're always running no matter what if the truck is on. So if I hit, let's see, say this is 15 amp, which is hooked up to my 20-inch grill bar. That's the 10 amp, which is hooked up to the ditch lights, bright white, the KC's, and then aux 3 is 5 amp, which is hooked up to the backlit option on the KC's ditch lights. So this is how it looks if I do the backlit option on the KC's. That's it right there. And this is the option for, you turn those off and turn the white beam on. And there it is. Turn this off. This is the light bar with the back lit option. And let's see if we could do fogs. That's it. Fog lights on, off, on. This is pretty much everything on. Obviously ditch lights are just the backlit. So that's how it looks with it on. Everything should be amber, well, yellow. It looks yellow, but when you turn them off, it matches the original amber here. Let me see how it looks with the headlights. There it is, that's headlights on. Can't even tell. Let me flip everything off so I can show you guys what I did in the hood. All right, so the wiring for the bar is going from behind this, goes through here, then it comes out somewhere here, and it's just two wires. It's just a red and a black, which is positive and ground. Let me see if you can see it. This is it right here. So I still have to tuck it in, but this is where the original harness comes with two, and then the two that I added, I'm gonna tuck it in under there. Then if you see it, it goes all through here, and it's plugged into this, all this wire harness here. Now, that's, let's see if I can use this. So this cable here, that piggyback has pretty much entry point for all the aux switches. Every cable is tied to an aux switch. Now, the green, where is it actually? There's a black one there. So this black one in between the green and the white, that is your aux 1, which is 15 amp. And then green is your 10 amp aux 2. And then this small white one is aux 3, which is 5 amp. The white thick wire here with the black stripe underneath, that's your ground. So that's what's grounding all these. Now, so wherever you're at, there's an option here in the cabin and towards the rear of the bed. Whatever accessories you add towards the front end of the vehicle, Toyota makes it where you could use those 3 auxiliary switches at the same time. All you got to do is plug it into one of these leads. And these pigtails that's provided by Toyota, it's normally a dummy plug. You unplug it, and then you insert this plug in here. And on the other end, it's 4 spare stripped wires. So if you don't need them, then you just leave them taped off. But for instance, me, what I did was, you can't see it, but on one end, at the end of this black wire, I ended up tying the positive of which is the red cable of the light bar. And then the black cable from the light bar, which is ground, I ended up running it and I tied it to this right here. That's where you see it. Just want to focus. There it is, that one here. So, and then my 5 amp ditch lights, I plugged them in to my KCs. I think that is it. The green one I did to the KCs, but the regular illumination. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So everything's tied into this here. There's really nothing else. I mean, you got to ground each accessory to the chassis, but the current, the positive, goes to each one of these 3 cables. And like I said, the options are here inside the cab and in the rear of the tailgate. And that is pretty much it. Forgot to mention this. So it gets confusing trying to remember what auxiliary switch is for what. So I was originally gonna order some blank switches, labels, or something that matches this truck, like a flat black. But I remember I had this leftover aux beam labels that I did not use, so I ended up trying it out, see how it came out. So I grabbed this one here, the light bar label, and I put it over the aux name there, and it pretty much worked out. It's nice and flush, it's rugged, it's very adhesive. So I think I'm gonna just use that. This is the light bar. This is the white LED pods for the KCs, and this is the backlit options for the KCs. So yeah, I mean, just let you guys know if you guys left over aux switch panel labels. They're not glossy, shiny. They're actually textured, grippy, and flat. So it matches the truck. And when that lights up, which it does at night, you're gonna be able to kind of get some illumination through there. So just wanted to give you guys a quick tip on that.